Okay, now welcome to this tutorial, which is online. So thank you for popping by and watching. So I decided to do a card for any occasion, realistically, male, female, whatever, sympathy card, birthday card. And I've been putting together these little quick tutorials. So as you saw, there was a couple of different colours that I used on the oxides. I've done pickled raspberry, mowed lawn, seedless preserve, salvage patina. I do use a bit of speckled egg, and we also had peacock feathers. And I also showed you the elements options as well, just in case you didn't have those particular brands and you wanted to use an elements instead of an oxide. Now I'm using my blending brushes here, and I've put down the peacock feathers first of all, and then I'm just popping along the pickled raspberry, and I'm just blending them. Now I'm blending them with the tip of the brush, and I'm actually using some Lavinia confetti there, pink confetti, and I'm just popping down little areas where you've got the dark and the light. And the effect of this is just giving you an idea to maybe mix some mediums together, whether it's a resin or any sort of anything that you can put down with a reflective sort of element to it. So you can put like little diamante stickers on, things like that. So I'm going to pop down some mowed lawn now. As you can see, I'm just popping this along just in, sort of random areas, sort of top and bottom, because the way I'm doing it is I'm doing a scoop of dandelions going down, and I've splattered like some water on there just to give you that sort of idea of a lightness that's going on. I mean, you can even put like some rays and stuff like that. Now I'm popping on some salvage patina because I'm just having that bit more of a heavier background, and I do cover it several times with some pan pastels, so don't worry if it's too dark to begin with. And I thought, well, I'll just pop on some speckled egg just to bring that tone down a little bit, because when you do start layering, the layers can get quite sort of in your face, and also with the layers it doesn't come out as easy as you think when you start putting your water splotches on. Now I've got a Lavinia stamps, the dandelion stamp now, and I am just sort of doing that area along that left hand side, and I've turned the paper down to actually put where I want to go. So I'm going to do first and second generation just to build up a backing, and then I'm just going to do the stalk area so it looks like there's several other behind it as well. So I want to give it a layered effect without physically doing loads of layers, but giving you the interpretation that there's a lot going on behind what you can see at the front. Now again, I'm popping down, I stamped in fallen leaves, and I've just put a little bit of that down for that darker edge. Now that stencil I made myself, so I'm sure if you've got a Lavinia or Funky Fossil with the circles on, you can do it wherever. In fact, Funky Fossil would work really well with the smaller circles on this, but I just grabbed this to hand because I just thought, I just want to do a quick little video for you just to run through just a different option. So I'm putting down a layer of blue, a lighter blue over the darker things, and I'm giving it the bohec, or however you want to pronounce it, effect. So I'm going over with different colours, pinks, blues, I'll go over with whites as well, and I'm just blending that in so it's not just like a load of circles looking at you basically. And again, this is where I get the pan pastel. I've got a larger brush now, and I am sort of just like covering it. I do like to put plenty of layers, and as you can see, it gives a lovely ghosting effect. So these are really good options to do for any sort of card, but again, it just gives you that additional layer. Now, to be fair, looking at that card now with that black on, I'm probably going to think to myself, oh, should I put some more darker ones on? But I quite like the subtleness of the card, the finished card that I'm looking at while I'm talking to you. So I've got some yellow pan pastel now. Now this is a gorgeous yellow, and it gives you that pop of colour, but it blends so well in with the green and blues, pinks. Complementary colours are key. So it's always wise, if you're unsure, get yourself a colour wheel, and just look at what complements each other. So I'm just putting like random bits here and there, putting some of my little circles in. And again, I am going to put white over this because it goes down to be quite a pastel card, even though you're looking at it's quite vibrant at the minute. So now I'm just showing you obviously again the different element things that you could use, and squirting the lid on top of the sponge that you get that double press on the lid, so you can do it all out the lid basically. and I'm putting like a pull of colour in where I want it to sort of be more sort of in your face, and you can actually pull a bit of tissue and just pull that out so you've got the lighter, darker background. And this is where I go over now, and I'll put some water in and start to move that ink around, and I'll lift it off. And again, I mean, you could use bleach on this if you wanted to, but the effect is just taking it off very quickly, allowing that colour to move around with the water. And I'm then putting in just little bits of white in places just to give it that more, again, more of a highlighted area where you can sort of see. And I'm just doing like little random dots. Just with a normal brush. There's no particular tool for this, but again, you're not really going to see it, but it's another layer to add, and it's another layer which you can see when you look into the card. So I'm looking at that now, I'm thinking, oh, that's quite nice like that, to be fair. You know, you should stop at certain areas, but to be fair, like I say, the finished card with like the little bits of resin on and the micro powders looks lovely. And it is a very soft card. So again, I'm putting some splashes on, and I just want that sort of added, I'm just taking them off nice and quick, so you can see now that sort of that faded effect and that busyness. I'm just drying it now, as you can see, but I want that effect where there's something going on, but you don't know what, but it's something to look into a card. So sometimes you just have one clean image, you know, and it's like, oh, what's going on there? Well, on this one, you've got to look into the card and think about it and try and decipher yourself what's in the card. I mean, you can really play around with colours and how you lay the stamp down, because like I say, at the finished part, you can actually put the stamp down again. So it's really prominent like how it is now as you're looking at it. So what we're doing now, we're putting some more white pampas on. So I'm just being a little bit more sort of, I like how that looks. So I'm thinking, right, let's just go for it. So I'm using my finger. I like to put, I like to feel the texture as I'm working with a product. And again, I'm sort of doing it where it's a blended out, and it's sort of how you're putting the layers down. In my head, I wanted a very soft, subtle image, like I say, for any occasion, whether it's a sympathy card, birthday card, or just, you know, to say thank you. Now I'm putting on this like clear stuff. It is now this is great. It goes under the UV light. Again, it's very similar to just like a quick fire resin, basically. Well, it is. And I'll put the lamp over this in a second. It's obviously it's all sped up. So this is LM Gifts by D. So it's their clear stuff that I've used, as you can see on the lamp there. And I'm just touching it just to make sure it's all gone off, and I don't want to do it, take it off and it's still tacky, because then you ruin your card. But once it's all done, I then get a resin. Now this is Let's Resin, and it's the Camellia micro powders. As you can see, it's white, but then you've got this lovely goldy green tinge to it, which I love. And I thought that'd go really well with the colours that were actually on the card, and it'll just blend off lovely. So you just rub it over, and it holds onto the resin, whether it's resin or the clear stuff. It holds beautifully, and I'm just rubbing my finger on, adding bits here and there. And then I take a tissue and just wipe off the extra, and then I'll go over it just to finish off with that softer blend of a bit of pan pastels and a little bit more of done. Now, obviously, at the front of the thing, you saw the finished card. So I matte and layered with a light green to bring out the subtleness of the card, and with a white edging. So what I'm doing here is just popping on just little bits of white, just on top of that clear resin, just to give it another dimension, especially when the light hits it. It's absolutely fabulous how the micro powder pops it, but then a little bit of white on there does it great as well. So that's roughly it. And as I say, this can be done for any occasion. So I'm hoping this gives you plenty of ideas to see. And yeah, I can't wait to see what you make of it. So I really hope you've enjoyed what I've put together here. And again, just a little bit more depth in places, but I'm going to go over it anyway with white. So I know when I add white over it, it brings it down. So just know your products. As you can see, I'm just going to clear it all over now and have it as this lovely pastel card, because everyone loves pastel, you know, even me. So anyway, I'll see you soon. Thank you ever so much for watching, and hopefully enjoy your day. So I'll see you all soon. So take care. Bye.